Chase Chrisley says parents' lockup was wake-up call. I had to grow up fast. Chase Chrisley is opening up about how his parents Todd and Julie Chrisley's imprisonment allowed him to grow into the man he is today. Todd, 57, and Julie, 52, were convicted in 2022 on tax evasion and bank but were released from prison on May 28 after being pardoned by President Donald Trump. It definitely humbled me and showed me what the important things in life are and what to really be appreciative of, the Gold Drop founder tells People. The unexpected happened within the Chrisley family as Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted and later imprisoned for fraud and tax evasion. And in their absence, their son Chase Chrisley knew he needed to step up. I try to find a positive in every negative, the Chase Chrisley collection founder tells People exclusively. My parents are going away, even though it was a terrible situation, I had to learn a lot of lessons I probably wouldn't have learned until way later on in life. It definitely humbled me and showed me what the important things in life are and what to really be appreciative of, he adds. Chase notes that when his parents reported to prison in January 2023, it presented him with the opportunity to prove to himself that he's capable of more. It was the first time in my life that I was like, all right, I need to prove to myself that I can do this alone, he explains. Also, earn the respect of my dad, obviously, and earn the respect for myself that I could do it on my own, and I didn't need my mom or my dad to fall back on, even though I know that they would be there for me. It was time to pull it together and show myself I could do it, he says. Chase focused on building the Chase Chrisley collection as well as his roofing business. He is also in the process of launching his all-new zero-alcohol seltzer brand, Gold Drop, amid his sobriety journey. It's been in the making for quite some time, honestly, he shares of Gold Drop, out July 1st. Obviously, I've had my difficulty, and my struggle with alcohol. It makes the highs, and it makes the lows, lower. So I think that going through what we went through with my family, and then my personal journey, and my struggles, it's time for me just to put alcohol down. We just don't agree with each other. The reality star, who is also currently serving as an executive producer on his family's new Lifetime docuseries, says he wanted to put a product out there that is zero alcohol, it's good for you and has all natural things from the earth. There's no additives in it, and it's a sexy can. So, you can still be out, and you can still drink, you can drink this, and it'd be a healthy alternative, he adds. So maybe some people don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. The Chrisley knows best alum learned his work ethic from his father, Todd. He's always raised me and the rest of my siblings up, too. If you want to be the boss, you have to be willing to do every single job. So ask somebody to do a job that you're not willing to do, he explains. I feel like it's my job as one of the owners of the roofing company I helped create, is to get out there, and set the example, and show the people that are working with me and for me that, I'm willing to do everything that you're willing to do, he continues. It's more of a respect thing. I don't want anyone to think that I think I'm above them, because I am not. With that, Chase concludes, I'm far from perfect, but God blessed me with an amazing opportunity. And if I can help somebody else get further along in their career, their life, or provide for their families, then I feel like I'm being a good steward. Todd and Julie were released from prison on May 28 after receiving full pardons from President Donald Trump. Before that, Chase says he knew deep down that this is not the end for his parents. I feel like I was just carrying around, just waiting for something to happen. And thank God to President Trump, something did. Something great happened, he shares. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, because I don't think it's fully sunk in for me that, okay, it's over. Chase adds, there's a battle that we fought for so long. But I mean, just being able to go over and see my mom and dad hug each other, and spend quality time with them without somebody around us, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Chase Chrisley says parents' imprisonment humbled me, as he had to learn a lot of lessons and pull it together, exclusive. In a candid and emotional new interview, Chrisley Knows Best star Chase Chrisley is opening up like never before about the lasting impact of his parents' imprisonment. The 28-year-old reality TV star, son of Todd and Julie Chrisley, revealed that the past year has been nothing short of transformative, forcing him to face a new reality, accept painful truths, and grow up in a way he never expected. The Chrisley family, long known for their glamorous Southern lifestyle and tight-knit, albeit dramatic, family bond, was shaken to its core in 2023 when Todd and Julie were sentenced to a combined 19 years in federal prison for tax evasion and bank fraud. While the sentencing made headlines nationwide, it was the aftermath, the personal fallout for their children, that painted a deeper, more human picture behind the public scandal. Speaking exclusively in an interview, Chase admitted that his parents' imprisonment completely humbled him and forced him into a period of deep self-reflection and accountability. "I had to learn a lot of lessons, fast," he said. "I had to pull it together for myself and for my family." A sudden shift from privilege to responsibility. The shift was jarring for someone who had spent most of his adult life in the spotlight under the guidance of two very visible and involved parents. With Todd and Julie behind bars, the weight of responsibility fell heavily on Chase's shoulders. "I had to step up," he admitted. There was no more leaning on mom and dad. Everything changed overnight. Chase revealed that the sudden absence of his parents created a vacuum in his life, emotionally, mentally, and practically. "You grow up thinking your parents are invincible," he said. "But when that structure disappears, you're left staring at yourself in the mirror and asking, who am I without them telling me what to do?" According to Chase, the experience forced him to take charge of not only his own life, but to also play a more central role in the lives of his siblings, particularly Savannah and Grayson. "We all had to band together. I'm proud of how we've supported each other. But it hasn't been easy. Embracing growth through pain. What started as a painful ordeal slowly began to morph into something more meaningful." Chase now describes this chapter of his life as one of growth through pain. He says he started therapy, reassessed many of his personal relationships, and even distanced himself from toxic influences that previously surrounded him. "I've made mistakes. I've been entitled. I've taken things for granted," he said openly. "But this experience stripped all of that away. It made me focus on what really matters. Character, resilience, and faith, in particular, has played a huge role in Chase's healing process." Like his parents, Chase has leaned into spirituality for strength. "I've never prayed more in my life," he said. "I've had moments where I didn't know how I'd make it through the week. But prayer got me through." Taking control of his future. In addition to the emotional and spiritual growth, Chase has also started taking control of his career and financial future. While the Chrisley family empire may have taken a hit in the wake of the legal saga, Chase says he's not giving up on building something meaningful of his own. "I've been working on a few business ventures, real estate, podcasting, even some production ideas," he shared. "I'm not trying to recreate what my parents had. I want to build something that's mine, based on who I've become." Despite the challenges, Chase remains hopeful. He speaks with a clarity that seems hard-earned and well-deserved. "The hardest moments are the ones that teach you the most. And trust me, I've learned more in the last year than I did in the last decade." A complicated relationship with the past. Though he's focused on the future, Chase doesn't shy away from the complicated feelings he still has about the past. His parents' crimes, and the public scrutiny that came with them, were not only shocking but personally painful. "There were times I was angry, confused, embarrassed," he admitted. "But I love my parents. I know who they are at their core. That love hasn't changed." Still, Chase doesn't make excuses for what happened. "There's a difference between love and blind loyalty," he said. "I've had to understand that two things can be true at once. You can love someone deeply and still recognize that they made mistakes." He remains in close contact with both Todd and Julie, who are serving their sentences in separate federal prisons. Chase described their communications as encouraging and honest. He says his father often sends motivational notes, while his mother remains a source of warmth and spiritual grounding. They're doing their best with the situation they're in, he said. And I think they're proud of how we're holding it down out here. The bond with Savannah and Grayson. A particularly powerful element of Chase's transformation is his evolving relationship with his siblings. He and Savannah have long been close, but their bond has deepened in unexpected ways. Savannah has taken on so much, Chase said. She's raising Grayson and Chloe. She's juggling a million things. I admire her strength more than she knows. As for Grayson, the youngest of the Chrisley children, Chase has made a concerted effort to be a consistent male role model in his life. Grayson's been through hell. Losing your parents to prison as a teenager is brutal. I try to be there for him in every way I can. Looking ahead with clarity. Chase Chrisley doesn't claim to have it all figured out, but he's walking into the next phase of his life with more clarity and maturity than ever before. I used to think I knew everything, he said. Now I realize that real strength comes from admitting you don't. He hopes to use his platform to speak more openly about accountability, mental health, and the complexities of family. We're all human. We all fall short, he said. But we can also grow, we can heal, and we can change. For now, Chase is keeping his focus on rebuilding, one honest step at a time. I want to live a life that's based on integrity, not image, he concluded. I want people to know that no matter how far you fall, it's possible to rise again, if you're willing to put in the work. As the world watches the Chrisley family try to piece things back together from the ashes of scandal, Chase Chrisley stands as a surprising symbol of personal evolution, proof that even in the harshest spotlight, grace and growth can still find a way to shine through. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.